Hi, I am Annelise Hagen. I'm the author and creator of the Yoga Face, one of the world's first face yoga systems. And I thought today would be a fun day to work on releasing the jaw and addressing jaw tension. So if you grind, if you have TMJ, if you have Bruxism, if you just feel a lot of tension in the jaw area, then this practice is for you, but it will also be a holistic practice that will address your whole system. So let's get started. Let's do a little bit of warm-ups first. You might want to pull your hair back and grab some oil if you have some for your face. Make sure your hair is out of your face. We're going to shrug the shoulders in an upright seat. Lifting up the heads of the arm bones toward your ears, and then dropping your shoulders down your back. Good. And then let's go ahead and do what I call the sandbag, where you gently draw your head to one side. You can use your opposite arm for a counterweight. Close your eyes and just start to release your jaw. And let your lower teeth drop away from your upper teeth. And take an open mouth sigh. And then place your head back on top of your spine. Place your head back on top of your spine. And let's try the other side. So from an upright seat, lifting up the opposite arm along its ear, bending at the elbow, take the hand to the ear. And then your opposite hand can offer up a little bit more counterweight or traction. Taking that opposite hand to the head of the arm bone, bending the elbow. So both elbows are bending. And you're just keeping your head on the neck as you stretch. Keep this move lateral or lit like sideways rather than letting your head come forward or back. You're just on this side angle. Letting your jaw relax. Good. And then bring your head back on top of your spine. So that was a very significant stretch for this area, the muscles that attach the head to the shoulders via the neck. And you can probably feel if you're tense in your jaw or in your neck that you're already starting to feel some energy movement. So now, take your finger pads to the back of your head at the base of the skull. There's a ridge where the neck meets the head, the occipital ridge where that big flat bone is at the base of your skull. I want you to take your finger pads and insert them in that hinge point. So you're giving your head and neck some support, and you're just going to tilt your chin up and down, hinging up and down. And you can drive a fair amount of fingertip pressure into that ledge between the base of your head and your neck. Like there's a little shelf there. Just dig the finger pads along your uppermost vertebra as you hinge up and down. And you're offering that support in the form of your fingers. So because the head weighs a lot, I don't like to tip it back and forth without a little bit of support. Now, lifting up your shoulders like you don't have a neck anymore, tuck your chin down from shoulder to shoulder and loosen your jaw again. Open your mouth. You're doing these half circles with your upper arm bones lifted to support your neck again because the head weighs a lot. But if you feel comfortable after that brief warm-up in doing full head rolls, letting your jaw relax, making some sighs of release. Great. And now you're going to take your tongue out and you're going to trace circles around your lips. I call this licking the sauce. It's like you just ate something delicious and you're trying to catch every drop. And then try to lick your nose. And you can see that the cheekbones area gets kind of heightened here, and these muscles are engaged when you do that. So really all face yoga is holistic, and that's going to help tone the cheeks. Although right now we're more addressing jaw tension and lower face tension. When you stretch your tongue, it helps stretch the back of the neck and a bunch of muscles that are inside your throat that support the tongue. We only see the tip, but there's other parts of the tongue. Another thing you can do is take the tip of the tongue to your roof of your mouth, from up behind the upper teeth, and then trace a line straight back on that upper palate toward the back of the throat. So a forward back motion. And that's actually going to help tone your lower face. It's kind of like being a snapping turtle. Now, if we really wanted to define the neckline a little bit more, you can lift up your chin and take the tip of the tongue to the roof of the mouth. Smile and swallow there. And you can see I'm supporting my neck again by holding the base of my head. Again, the tip of the tongue to the roof of the mouth, smile and swallow. And then let's just slide the chin forward and back a couple times. This is more for jaw definition. If you want to put the tip of the tongue to the roof of the mouth while you're doing this and smile. And then try to each side. Turn, slide back and forth. Again, we're trying to keep this very sideways. And bring it back to center, and let's go the other way. And then bring it back to center. Try to kiss the ceiling here. And then try to lick the ceiling. And now let's really get into releasing the jaw. Interlace your fingers. Take the thumbs underneath your chin and the index fingers under your lips on this little line. And let your lower jaw drop. And go up and down like you're opening and closing a door gently. Now you can make sound like ah. If you have a lot of jaw tension, it might feel like you can't separate your jaw from the rest of your skull, but we're trying to literally open it and close it. Try it the other way. And then bring it back to center. So now see if you can just open your mouth really wide. And let the jaw drop. And you can use that same pull. So trying to open up the face, release the jaw, and stretch out the masseter muscles that are responsible for chewing and that get very tight and bulgy when you have jaw tension or you grind. So you're just going to let it go. You're going to go, and stay there. You might find an impulse to yawn. You can always fake it. Yawns are contagious, so even if you just fake the first one, it's going to bring a few more out. So try it again. And if you do have a lot of jaw tension, that's going to feel like a wonderful stretch. Another one I do is called the Home Alone. And for the Home Alone, you're also pulling down the jaw. You're using the heels of the hands to kind of pull down and open your eyes so that you're getting an upper eyelid lift at the same time. And if you're like me, you're feeling a lot of release right now. Now let's go into the masseter muscle. You can use your fingers. You're going to drop the jaw again. I do grind my teeth and I find this side is tighter. This is my right side. If I do the same on this side, it feels tight but not in the same way. Try both at once. You can even use your knuckles. Now, if you're a jaw grinder, that's going to be almost searingly painful because of the tension. These muscles are very strong and they're responsible for a lot. So don't be misled, even though they're small relative to other muscles in your body, they do a lot of work and they can get very tight. So much so that you can change the shape of your face and it can become more chubby when you grind or clench. So you can do some massage to smooth and contour the face and take some of the bulge out of this area. Again, you can use knuckles. And then after you've kind of done that and you released your jaw a little bit, you can take your thumbs underneath the chin, underneath the jaw, tilt your head forward, find the hollow spot under the bone, and you'll feel more muscles that you can massage the tension away from. So going under the jawline, under the bone to the hollow. Drop your head down a bit so you can get into the muscle. And to the other side. And then take your fingers right underneath your earlobe at the top of the jawline And just turn your fingers. You'll find a major acupressure point here that will help release the tension. You could use your thumbs, make your hands like little deer antlers. And let it go. And lastly, let's do some lion's breath to release the neck, the jaw, and the tongue. So inhale, scrunch your face, squeeze everything, tighten. Exhale, stick out your tongue, open your eyes, and go. And notice when you stretch your tongue, it just releases the whole lower face. So let's do it again. And then let's flutter the lips. You can put your fingertips against the fluttering of the lips. Bring a little more circulation and resistance into your lips. Gives you a little plumping. And then just to set the face in a very calm expression, sit up tall, stretch the corners of your lips towards your ears, relax your face, and smile without making any wrinkles around your eyes. You can add on to that by lifting up your forehead, your eyebrows, and your eyelids as you go. So lift the corners of the mouth towards your ears and widen your eyes and lift your eyebrows and your forehead and hold it. And if you want, you can give yourself a little bit of resistance here, and this helps prevent making any wrinkles around the eyes. And then just let it go. And affirm to yourself that you are a calm, radiant being of light, and that you're free from tension, and allow yourself to come into kind of almost a regal posture. Crown lifted, the shoulders back, the chest high, elbows slightly bent. Imagine you're wearing a crown. And try to set this as a default expression, like a calm, serene, I call it smiling Buddha face. Because if you smile, you'll tone your face to go upward. You will train those muscles to lift rather than sag. I hope you enjoyed that practice, and I hope your face feels a lot more relaxed. And just remember, it's okay to yawn. If you feel the impulse in these exercises to yawn, that means you're starting to relax. Some of us are so tight we don't even yawn. We're so tense, our nervous system hasn't slowed down enough to yawn. So when you start yawning, that's a really good sign. Go with it. And again, I'm Annelise Hagen. I am the author and creator of the Yoga Face, one of the world's first face yoga systems. So I hope to see you again, and thanks for hanging out with me and practicing facial wellness.